Hey guys, last lesson this week. You're doing so great. All right, so lesson 104 is about the an algebraic addition activity. So remember when we learned about how to combine integers, so adding integers, positive and negative numbers. And I said this is something that students really struggle with, like always have a hard time. That's what we're talking about here. So this is not a new concept. It is just a different way of showing it and kind of describing it, and like a different platform for which you can think about it. And it's just to help you visualize it a little bit better. And it's kind of a progressive little game we're going to play. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through it. I thought about just having you read it and do it on your own. And there's other ones in here that you can do to practice. This is not like a required activity like that you're going to have to do on tests or anything. This is just to help solidify the whole algebraic addition thing, the whole adding integers thing, okay? Which, just to review, we talked about the rules of that being that if you are dealing with the same signs, hold on, let me get my pen open. So the rules are same signs. So same signs, you add and keep the sign. Okay, kind of sloppy. Sorry guys, deal with me here. Different signs, we are going to subtract. I don't know why it does that. So sorry, but you guys get my point. Subtract and take the sign of the bigger number. And take sign of bigger number. Okay, close enough. You can read it, right? Okay, so let's start the game. So we are going to pull that up. So we've got our first level, level 1. Okay, so here's how this works. Each level is going to have a box, okay? Starting with level 1, all we have inside our boxes are just pluses and minuses, okay? So every time we have a plus and a minus, they cancel each other out. So it's kind of like in battle, they are opposites, so they are going to cancel each other out, okay? So every plus and minus, we get to do that. I'm literally going to make that sound every time, by the way. So then I'm left with, notice, a positive and a positive, which is going to leave me with a positive answer. Okay? So you want to see who has more in the end, basically. Ultimately, once you're done, are there more positives left or are there more negatives left? Okay? So that's just a very basic way to think about it. Let's look at the next level. So for the next level, we see numbers now. There are also still plus and minus signs, but they're attached to numbers. So in this level, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to group up our, what do they call them? I don't remember what they call them in the book. They call them something like your sides of the battle or something. Group your forces. There we go. We're going to group our forces together, okay? So let's group our forces. So we've got 2 on the positive team. Okay, and then we've got, let me change our color here just so that you can see the negative team doesn't seem good, so we're going to make them black. There we go. All right, so if we group our negatives together, then that makes us a -7 once we put them all together. And if we group our positives together, that gives us a +4. So here's how this works. 4 of the negatives from the 7 are going to cancel with the 4 positives. So what we're left with then, if we take 4 of the negatives out of -7, we're still left with -3. So our result, our winner, as you would say it, would be -3, still standing at the end of the battle. Okay, awesome job. Let's look at the next level. So here we go, level 3. Level 3. Now you may notice we've got some crazy looking signs going on here, okay? So these are what we're going to call in disguise, okay? So they're in disguise because we're like, oh wait, is this one a negative or a positive? I can't really tell. Well, first we have to look at the combination of signs in order to tell, okay, is it negative or is it positive? Because if they are the same, if both of these signs are the same, it's always going to yield a positive result, okay? But if these are opposite, then it's going to yield a negative result. So we're just going to rewrite these first. So we got a positive 3. Oh, I hate when I do that. Sorry. Okay. So we've got a positive 3 and then negative positive 6. So those are different, opposite signs. So that's going to end up being a negative 6. Okay. Anytime they're opposite, it's still negative. So positive negative 5, that's going to be a negative 5. And then we've got positive positive 4. Obviously, positive positive is still going to be positive. Nothing can change positives into a negative if they're like all positives and there's no negatives there. All right, so now we get to group our forces. So this was a positive force. Let's go ahead and put that there. So we're going to group our negatives, negative 6 and negative 5. Let's go back over here. Let's find a happy color for our positives. I think yellow will do the trick. So we'll group those together. So then we've got, for the negatives, when we group those, now there are 11 negatives. Ooh, that's a pretty strong force. Let's see if the positives can beat them this time. Grouping our positives together, we've got positive 7. Oh, not quite. Because if we take negative 7 out to cancel, then we are still left with negative 4. So negative 4 negatives, or 4 negatives are still left standing in this battle. All right, so notice the concept is still the same, okay? So we're going to look at it in an actual, like the way that the problem would look. So let me pull that up real quick. So game over. Now we're going to look at a real problem, like what you'll actually see, okay? So let's see how all that applies. So first, we got to get rid of our guys in disguise, okay? So anywhere that we see 2 signs next to each other, we need to change it to 1 sign. So here we see, first we see negative 3. That's just 1 sign, so we'll leave that. But then we see plus negative 4. So remember, anytime it's positive and negative, it just becomes negative. Okay, so it's just going to be negative 3 and then minus 4. Good. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this one because I like my way a little better. And then we're going to remove the disguises here. So we've got minus negative. Remember, 2 of the same is always going to give us a positive. So plus 5 minus positive. So that's different. So that's going to be minus. And then plus positive, 2 of the same, always gives us a positive. So now we can just go group them one at a time. Okay, or we can just work left to right. We can do it that way. Or, let me show you the other way. Or we can group like we did before. Let's group our forces. This is how I like to teach it. So we're going to group our forces. We're going to say, okay, we've got a negative 3, a negative 4, and a negative 2. So all of those forces are going to go together. So 3, 4, and 2 gives us a negative 9 total. So now let's group the other team. So the other team is going to be positive 5 and positive 6. So that's going to be a positive 11. Uh-oh. I think we have more positives this time. I think the positive team's finally going to win. It's about dang time. So positive 9, if we take that out of the positive 11 to cancel with the negative 9, then we're still left with a positive 2, so we have our winner. All right, so I hope you guys see how the game kind of transfers into this process here. So if not, we can always go over it more the next time we meet together on Zoom. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so I get to see you guys tomorrow, and I'm super excited about it. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope that you are staying safe and healthy. Please know I'm praying for you, and I miss you guys, and I hope to see you again soon, okay? Do your best work, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.